Good morning, people. 25 to 12 here in Cardiff, in South Wales, and I thought what I would. Ooh, I've been looking for that. I thought what I would do today is just do a little VFR flight around South Wales. I'm not feeling too hot today because I think I only had about 3 hours sleep last night. Went to bed at midnight. No, I didn't. I went to bed at 11:30, and I woke up at 10 to 3 this morning. So I've been awake since 10 to 3. I'm absolutely shattered. Um, do not feel good at all. Um, so I thought what I'd do is just have to fly around, uh, mostly because I want to. And I thought do a little bit of VFR around South Wales using Xplane 1126 I may add, and Orbex True Earth Great Britain South. and you can tell that I'm rough because I haven't even got my camera on. I really didn't want to put a camera on today. I absolutely feel dreadful. And that might be a blessing actually for you guys. You don't have to see me, see my ugly mug, which is just as well because I haven't had a shave for days. But you need to let me know if you can hear me. So let me just open this up here. Darren, is that why you are not on cam? Yeah, mostly because I haven't had a shave and I feel absolutely dreadful. But just to prove that the camera is live there, I'll just move that around a little bit. Should see my PC. Yeah, so I feel absolutely dreadful when you don't get much sleep. I mean, I normally get by on 6 hours sleep anyway, but man, this morning. Right, so the weather is lovely because I've got it on clear, so we're on VFR, and we're general aviation at Cardiff, and I just thought we'd have a nice little fly around, and release the brakes, and take off on runway 30. Runway 30, and we'll just take off VFR north between the masts, as they say, and we'll take it from there. So I'm over on the general aviation side, and I just need to sort a couple of things in XP realistic, so bear with. Won't take long, so we'll just hold here a second. So start XP realistic up and have a look. Oops. So I need to customize that bit, and I want braking, yeah, engine start, yeah, that's good. Engine vibrations, flap set, T-force, gear drag, ground of height, ground roll slow, heading anticipation, well, yeah, that's good enough. Neutral head, nose wheel, pitch anticipation, reverse thrust, roll anticipation, side prop, speed brake. What's happened to my, there we go, taxi anticipation, that should be on. I thought it was on, but it didn't seem to be working. Alright, let's have a look. XP freeze. Oh, I know what's wrong here. I know what's wrong. X camera. You know what's going to happen here, don't you? Get rid of that. That. There we go. Never tracker. Never. For some reason, I had not enabled track IR. Sorry, X camera in this profile. Not enabled XP realistic, should I say. Okay, save all. And there's my pilot view 3, pilot view 2. There we go. So now, yeah, there we are. might be a bit much because I've set it at 80%, which is really quite a lot. So put one stage of flap on. Oops. I might have to change that. That might be a bit much, 80%. It's alright when you do slow turns. I can see down the runway like that. Oops. 80% might be a bit much. Okay, here we go. So VFR to the north, so maintain runway heading. And then head between the masts, as they say. So you can see just ahead of me there, my 12 o'clock, that's St Hilary mast. Unfortunately, the masts in Orbex are not very good. And to the right there is Wembo. So VFR North route is between the masts, which is what we're doing. And let's have a look around. Very nice. Climb rate's a bit high, so reduced to 2000. Trim the aircraft up a little bit. There we go. Just need to trim down a little. So we'll go between the masts, we'll find the M4 and then we'll turn left and follow the M4. So we're just going, this is the Vale of Glamorgan that I'm over at the moment. Just flying over the Vale of Glamorgan, where you've got more millionaires per capita than the rest of the UK, apparently, allegedly. Yeah, I have got SkyMax on, Darren, and SkyMax 4.6, so clearly I'm not doing anything with the weather. I've just set it to clear. Kind of nice. The plane doesn't look as though it's moving, does it, against that sky? But it is. Rest assured, it is moving. Let's say, okay, so as we go between the masts here, so Wembo down there to my right, and St Hilary is to the left here somewhere, and I've lost sight of it. It can be hard to pick these things out. Oh, there's St Hilary. Just off my left wingtip. And you should pick up, that's the A48 underneath. Excuse me, it's the A48 underneath there. Which goes right by St Hilary mast, down there. I don't know whether you can see my cursor on screen, but yeah, that's the A48. So we're heading up towards the M4, and we'll pick up the M4 and then turn left towards Bridgend and Fort Talbot, Swansea, and then we'll turn right and head inland and back around. Beautiful countryside. Orbex true of Great Britain South, doing exactly what it should, which is giving us a beautiful view of the South Wales countryside. I think I'm a little south of the M4. I can find it because up ahead now, my 12 o'clock position, let's give you a view, you should see see some wind turbines up on the hill there. They're just kind of flickering just there. If you can see my cursor. And the M4 is just here in the middle ground, in between this village here and here. So we'll once we hit the M4, we'll turn left. And you can see the M4 snaking off over there, going round there, pile, and heading out towards Bridgend, Porthcawl. Oh, the weather's great for flying. What time is it? Almost midday. Some good clear weather. The wind farm just to the right there on the hill, that is Taff Ely wind farm. That's my altitude here. So just coming up to 3,000 feet, which is okay. I'm good. Just putting the nose down a little bit. We're flying straight and level. And the revs 2,200. I just need a bit of up trim just to keep it level. That'll do. Outside again now. There's Bridgend, this roundabout here, major roundabout. There's a shopping mall down there just off the roundabout to the left, and then further down that road to the left. That's all Bridgend. So never noticed that area there to the right before, that kind of open flat area, but I make a great airport there. I wonder what was there. It's nice and flat, although there's a hill to the right there. So as I'm flying along here, I'm looking where would I land if necessary. Golf course down there, can't land on the golf course. A lot of these fields in odd angles, so I'd have to look for somewhere nice and flat. Certainly nowhere in Bridgend itself, so we'd have to keep away from that, I think. Graham Popham, good morning Graham, how are you? Nice to see you. If you're watching, share my site, share the channel, just put it on, just share it on your Facebook or whatever. And taking this nice flight this morning down over South Wales, down to Swansea. If I can find Swansea Airport, because it's an uncontrolled airport. Probably use a map. Let's have a look. Use an X camera here. Different views. This is a flyby. Looking back towards the plane. Comes towards us. Right over Bridgend. If you haven't got X camera, you really should get it. I don't know, Darren. I mean, I've used a TI over my GTX, and they're good. don't get me wrong, they are good, and you can throw your settings up quite high. But you know, it's a lot of money. That's the way I look at it. It's a lot of money, a lot of money. This is the default Cessna, the default 172. I haven't put my Airfoil Labs one back in yet, which I should do, but I haven't done it as yet. A friend of mine came and had a look at my sim. He wanted to have a go on Xplane, and he's a FSX user. Yeah, the RTX. You got to wait another year for them, I think, before they really come into their own. Same weather as the South Coast. I wish it was the same weather. I wish it was like that here in the real world. Honestly, Graham, shocking weather here. It's cloudy, windy. Supposed to brighten up this afternoon, and if it does, I might go and do some drone racing. I don't know. I think some of my friends are going out drone racing today. We'll see. So on the left, let's have a look here. On the left, there's Port Talbot. Is that Port Talbot? No, that's Porthcawl. There, on the left-hand side. Porthcawl, which is a holiday destination for lots of people from Wales and from Birmingham. You find a lot of people from Birmingham and North Wales end up going to Porthcawl. And then as we turn right here, as the motorway swings around to the right, this is, you've got that kind of body of water there, and you've got steelworks there, and that is Port Talbot. So all of that is Port Talbot that we're coming up to now. Pretty grim place, I have to say. Fortunately, I don't think the steelworks are going to be very well represented. Can we zoom in? Yeah, they are actually. There's buildings there, but nowhere near like what it's like in real life. You know, it's got audio, not audio. You've got those gas things letting off gas all the time and burning away. And it's got steel exhaust from the steel foundry, you know, the foundries and the steel works and such like. It's really pretty grim, and it smells. Port Talbot is famous for its smelliness. So here we come. We're still over the M4, and from just after this lake, this reservoir on the left, all the way through to it's 50 miles an hour, and you can lose your driving license 3 times just along this stretch of the motorway. So if you're ever driving down this way, people, be careful. Yes, so let me go back to what I was saying. A friend of mine who came and he wanted to have a look at my sim, and he had FSX. Thank you for reminding me, Graham. Like Darren, Darren's saying, I don't like the way you have to click about to get back to the screen you want. Great for outside view. Yeah, well, you see, the thing is, I have got everything. Let me show you. Right, I'll show you on camera. You see this button here? This is it's like a hat switch, and I use that. So I have next view either up or down, yeah, and then next category right or left, yeah. So I can move about really quickly, and I use that, and I don't use that for anything else in any part of the sim. So that is that, which is really cool. And as you can see, I don't have any trouble clicking around. I suppose when you're inside like that, but it's how you set up your views as well. Oh, you probably saw my ugly mush then. It's how you set up your views. Now, my airliners, I have them set up so it's like I go from pilot view to overhead, upper overhead, MCP, FMC, radios, and that's it. Or, maybe throttle. I might have one for throttle. So I've only got a few cameras, but it gives me everything I need. And like, fantastic for outside. Now, going back to the story, okay, let me get an outside view here for you. As we come over Port Talbot, as I say, my friend came, he wanted to have a go on the sim, and yeah, he's a P3D user, not FSX. Let's be accurate. He's a P3D user, and he loved Xplane. Thought it was fantastic. You know, he couldn't get over what it was like, but he didn't like XP Realistic, because obviously in XP Realistic, the way I have it set is just, you know, if I turn right, the cockpit slides away and I can see, you know, and I'm just turning right, and basically, you know, when I turn left like that, and he didn't like it. It made him feel sick. He actually felt sick, and he said it's the first time he's felt sick flying a simulator. Okay, Darren, so you're limited to keys, so X camera might be better with a better joystick setup like you. Yeah, for sure. So you know, if you had an X52, yeah, and you downloaded my profiles, because I every time I create a profile for whatever aircraft, I upload it to the community profiles. You know, if you downloaded my profile, it would all be set up, you know, like on there. So you know, that would be set up. The flaps over there, gear over here, trim on those buttons. You know, so everything would be set up. Oops, pretty cool. Right. So we've left Port Talbot, and now you see this. I'm going to have to show you, because this is unless you've driven to Swansea, you would never know, right? But so the M4, so we've got this bridge over the river here, the River Towie, okay, and you've got that kind of clover leaf there, and that's what you go around to go down to Swansea. The road to Swansea is down here in the bottom left hand corner, and the M4 goes up out towards West Wales, and Tenby and whatever, it runs out just Carmarthen, I think. So we come down this road here, and we've got Swansea Bay ahead of us, and Swansea, and I got to try and figure out where the airport is, and the airport is dead ahead, EGFH, and it is so hard to see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to descend and see if I can fly over it. It's really hard. And in actual fact, you can drive past Swansea Airport and not even know you've gone past it. It's such a weird location. Really weird. There's a nice fish restaurant down here, just in the dock area, which has all been revitalised. Oh, okay, yeah, I can do that. Right, how's that? Is that better? What I'll do, open volume mixer here, and I will turn it down there as well. How's that? Is that better? Yeah, no, you don't want more keys, because you just get confused, and then you've got to remember all the keys. But that little mini joystick on there it's a godsend. It really is. It's the best thing ever. So Swansea Airport is EGFH, and we're in Swansea Bay here, which has got this fantastic beach, which is not used as much as it should be, oddly enough. And we're coming towards Swansea Prison as well. Swansea Prison is there, I think that's it. That building down there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. And the university is up here. Turn it back up a wee bit. How's that? You tell me. It's all about my voice and whatever, isn't it? Okay. Alright. So down here is Mumbles. This is the Mumbles down here, just past this big patch of green forest, the Mumbles, where all the students go, and they do something called the Mumbles Mile, which my daughter did when she was at Swansea University many times. The Mumbles Mile is a you've got to go through a load of pubs. Basically, it's a pint of beer in each pub. There's Swansea Airport. I found it. It's actually easier to find in this than anything else, I have to say. So that's pretty cool. You try finding it in default scenery, it's really hard. But in Orbex, it seems a lot better, a lot easier, that's for sure. And as I say, you can drive right past it. I have driven past Swansea Airport and I didn't know that I was driving past it. You thought I'd know the prison. Thank you very much, Darren. What are you trying to say there? So good morning to Paul Foraker. I'm trying to find the road that you go on. I think it's up here somewhere. Because I have literally driven right past it. I can't find the road. I think it's on the other side from where we are now. On the west side. It's a hell of a thing. Yeah, the visuals along the coast are brilliant. We'll go inland in a minute. So what I think I'll do, if everything's that's okay, Graham. You take care. This will be up on YouTube anyway, so you can always go back and watch it. You know, for the bits that you've missed, just click through and watch the bits you've missed. So I think I'll do a over the numbers here, and then right downwind, and we'll do a touch and go at Swansea. A beautiful country, isn't it? Beautiful countryside. That's the road there. That road there, literally, you go along that road and you're right next to the airport and you don't even see it. Crazy. Absolutely bonkers. I just need to have a look at, see where I am. There we go. So I'm downwind now. If you're wondering how I'm doing that as well, Darren, you know, looking to the left there, obviously that's just my hat switch on my joystick. So I've got so many, you know, possible views. There is a key that I can hit that would just take me back to, you know, where I was. I gotta get rid of that. I don't want notifications of emails. It just shows how many emails I keep getting. Okay. It's more than a rate one turn for sure. Oops. So here we go, coming around, coming around, coming around. It's going to be a little bit of a Kai-Tak approach. A little bit close to the airfield. But we'll be good. The one thing I wish they would sort out is the reflection slider. I mean, I just keep it on like 0 because I don't think it makes that much difference actually when you put it on, you know, fully. I'm not sure. Okay, we need to come down now. We're back up to 2,000 feet, so we'll descend. Give myself plenty of room. To come in at Swansea Airport, wow. Do you know, I haven't done this flight for ages. I kind of used to do this every so often, fly up and down the coast. So we'll do a touch and go. And of course, using XP Realistic is gonna shake. It always shakes. People say, "Oh, that was a rough landing," but you know, it's pretty hard to get it smooth as butter, even in real world. I mean, I've flown with Bob Sidwick on a few occasions, and he's an incredible pilot. And he says maybe 1 out of every 5 landings is really smooth. That's the road. Sorry, the one on the left. That's the road. I've driven down that road right past the airport, and I never knew the airport was there. Okay, aim for the numbers. Once over the numbers, nose up. Look to the end of the runway. There we go. That wasn't too bad. That was actually probably one of my better landings of late in the Cessna. we go. And we're flying. Nice touch and go there. Flaps up. And then we'll turn out right, and then we'll go through the countryside. So there we are, very nice indeed. So where are you today, Darren? You at home? You're at work, at Heathrow or wherever? You just and how's your wife? I hope she's feeling better and getting better. I'll get up to picture. About 2,100 revs at the moment, so we're in the climb. Maintain a speed of 90 knots or thereabouts. When we level off, we'll speed up a little bit, I think. A very nice day today. So I think maybe we'll give you that view again, a nice view outside the cockpit window as we fly and land a little bit. The scenery is absolutely superb. I think there might be a bit of a visibility issue here. Flight configuration, let's have a look. Oh, 25 miles, it's good enough. Yeah. Just open it up a little bit more. I think it's really interesting that I mean, a lot of people, they use reshade and stuff like that, and I just don't understand. I get it, you know, I get why people do it, but sometimes you see things and you think that's not the way things look. I haven't put Max FX in. I thought I had. Max FX, of course, is the original reshade. So there are presets with Max FX, and of course you can create your own user profiles, which. But even then, you know, you change it and it doesn't look right, or it will make make the cockpit look a wrong color and all sorts of things. It's really strange. I wonder what would happen if we put the real world weather on. Let's see what the real world weather's like. I bet you it isn't VFR for sure. Let's have a look. So real world weather coming down now. Let's have a look. Boom. There. Oh my goodness gracious. Weather's broken, it's raining, it's stormy. This is going to be bad. And I am not even using FSGRW. Oh, there we go. Bit of turbulence. But it's not so bad, you know. I could fly back in this, I think. I might be better off following the coast than going inland, but it's not too bad, not too shabby. I remember when Xplane 11 first came out, people were saying things like, "Oh, the haze is too much. It's too much," but it's actually very accurate. If you ever go flying, you know, like when just next time you go on holiday, just get a cabin window, get a window seat, and just look out the window, and you'd be surprised at how accurate it really is. I'm going to try and stick around about 2,000 feet, thereabouts. I'm not quite sure what the base is, but don't want to be getting up into that cloud, that's for sure. So it would not be very pretty. It won't be pretty at all. Swansea Airport off to the left there. And that's the M4. Is that the M4 below us? I can't remember. No, it's not. Yeah, well, yeah. That's the M4 because it splits off, so you can turn off it and go down into Swansea Bay, or you carry on, and that takes you through to West Wales, Carmarthen. And then it runs out to Carmarthen and carries on down to Tenby and West Wales then, but you're not on the M4 then. The M4 is gone by that time. It only goes so far, you know, boyo. Now then, translucent roads and Robert Norman, you finally got a chance to catch the live show. Well, you're more than welcome, Robert. You know, jump in. Any questions? I will read them. What was I saying then? Yep, you really. It's true. It's completely accurate. You know, I've flown out of Cardiff going away on vacation holiday, and you know I've seen weather exactly like this flying out. It's very rare that you get clear, pristine days in this country. Even then, visibility on the best of days during the summer, visibility was probably around about 15 miles because of the haze. I remember once I was flying with Bob Sidwick, and we went from Kemble down to the south coast, down to Shoreham, and it was a beautiful day in it, but it was in the winter. I say the winter, it was January. There were no leaves on it. No, it was autumn. It was autumn. I remember now. It was around about October time. Beautiful weather, beautiful, clear, sunny day. But as we were flying down, it was over. What's that place where they have the festival? Oh God! In Wiltshire. Oh, what's it called? Anyway, we were down that way, and there was a grass fire or a garden rubbish fire. You could see it in the field next to a house, and the smoke was just going straight up because it was a really still day, and then it got to a certain level and it just flattened out. The smoke flattened out. But the point of my story is it created a layer of haze. It wasn't going to stop us, but it created this layer of haze. And I remember when Xplane 11 came out, and I looked at it and I thought, this is just right. But even then I was saying it was too much. Like a lot of people, oh, it's too much. But then the more you fly it, the more you realise that it's absolutely spot on. Right, back to the transparent roads. Sorry guys, I go off on different things. So in Orbex you've got two settings: transparent roads or default. And the first time I used it, I think I had my scenery ini file in the wrong order, and I couldn't see the difference between translucent and default. Not translucent, transparent. But now it's fairly obvious. And when it says transparent roads, basically it gets rid of the drawn roads that the OSM data puts in, and so the roads that you're seeing are the roads through the photo scenery. You know, you have to get. Let me show you this road here. As I go down, you see the cars on it and vehicles and everything. That is like proper road surface. It's not default. It's really cleverly done the way they've done it. And so you're seeing the roads as they actually are, and the railway lines and things like that. That's a railway line there to the left. So it's really cleverly done, and it takes a little bit of getting used to, because as you fly over it in daylight, such as we are now, you don't often see the cars. You know, you have to look for them, and it's only when you get down to a certain level you say, ah, there's the cars. If you went to night time, you'd see the car lights straight away. That football pitch there on the side of a mountain. Cool. Right, let's have a look. Glastonbury. Thank you, Darren. Age doesn't come alone. That's for sure. Age doesn't come alone. I think people coming from FSX are too used to what they see in their weather that improperly display the actual conditions for their taste and think Xplane looks too washed out. Yeah, correct. I mean, I haven't had FSX on my machine for years, but recently I did put P3D on, and I took it off almost immediately. So I think I paid for a month, and then I just took it off because I was immediately reminded of Fisher Price. And I think, you know, for those of you, well, a lot of people all over the world, US and UK, you'll understand what I mean when I say it reminded me of Fisher Price toys. It was just so bright. It was awful, absolutely awful. And our country does not look like that. So here we are. I'm flying almost parallel to the coast at the moment. I'm going to just give a little bit of throttle here because coming up to this wind farm here, I just want to make sure I'm above it and not getting myself into too much trouble. I lost a little bit of altitude there. As you can see, we're doing well. Let's have a look on the map. Yeah, we're Taff Ely. This is the Taff Ely wind farm, which is quite large. You see it from the M4. Right, I'm going to go back to clear weather, I think. Flight configuration, customize, there we go, clear. That's better. Ooh. Only so that you guys can see. Give you nice views, something nice to look at as we go over. So all of this is Taff Ely wind farm. And the one thing that I do dislike about Xplane, and I wish they'd got this. I wish they'd got this right, and that is that the turbines don't all move together. They're all in sync. They're all exactly the same. And it would have been nice if you could get some, you know, rotating, spinning at different speed, or some not turning at all, because they don't turn them all on. So that would have been nice if they'd done that. But hey ho, we can't have everything, can we? Or can we? I think we can, or we should have. Yeah, it does look. It looks fairly accurate for midday, doesn't it? So Robert, where are you? Are you in the UK? You're saying this, you know, you finally caught up with one of my live broadcasts, or you're in work or a student. Alright, I'm gonna head this way a little bit. Oh, good point on the wind turbines. Oh, you're in Chicago. Wow. Well, welcome. What time is it in Chicago? It's got to be, what, 8 a.m., 7 a.m., something like that? Ah, you're retired. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the club, Robert. So, being a question for you, Robert. As you're in the US, and obviously you've seen this come out from Orbex. Would you consider somebody coming from the US? Would you consider buying this scenery for the UK? Or what I'm trying to figure out is photo scenery like this, and also, I mean, there's True Earth stuff for the US, which will be coming out on Xplane. What I'm trying to figure out is, do people buy just for their region, or would they buy for somewhere else as well? So like, all the UK people, they're going to buy this for sure, and maybe some of the guys who fly in Europe who, you know, some of the Spanish and French guys, they may buy it. But I was just wondering, would you be interested in buying something like this, and then, you know, having a jolly jaunt around the UK? Okay, so whilst I wait for Robert's reply, knowing that there's a huge delay, I'm going to head towards the coast, because I think I'm almost kind of heading directly to Cardiff at the moment. Let's have a look at the map. Yep, there we go. So I'm kind of flying parallel to the course, needs to be turning right, heading between the masts back into Cardiff, or even I can go downwind, left downwind, right base turn onto runway 30. I think that's probably my, but I'll go between the masts, left base, left downwind, right base onto final approach. That's my thinking. So at the moment, pretty high, enjoying the view. Yeah, Darren, I think that's true for a lot of people. I think that's true for a lot of people. Which, I mean, I tend to fly, you know, airliners. I fly into Europe. The furthest I'll probably get is on an evening flight or a daytime flight is like Turkey, which is 4 hours. But then if I want to fly in the US, I will find like a departure and destination that's maybe 2.5 hours, 3 hours apart. And rather than flying to the US, so instead of going across the pond, because I can't see the point of that, I must admit, even during the event, I would probably pick up, you know, like a Miami to Jamaica flight or something like that, and or Seattle to Chicago, something like that. I would do that. So Robert, yes, I would. People will buy for somewhere else to visit places and for the immersion for being there. I bought for many places I visited as well as places I've never been. Yeah, true. So next week I'm going on vacation. I'm going on holiday next week, and I'm going to Vietnam and Cambodia. And I've never flown out there in the sim, but I'm going to fly to Vietnam. So I think probably when I get back from holiday, I will do a flight in Southeast Asia somewhere. Similarly, when I went to China, not last year, the year before, I did a similar sort of thing. When I got back home, I did a flight, an internal flight that I had done on my holiday. It was pretty cool indeed. So, what's my altitude? Oh, well, we're climbing up towards 6,000 feet, so I think we can start making a bit of a descent. In fact, a lot of a descent, because I need to be heading down this way. Let's have a look again. Yep. I'll just ease off the throttle. I'd never took across one, maybe it gives me too much. Yeah, I think that's the way to do it. You know, try to mix it up a little bit. I don't worry too much about ATC, Darren, because, you know, on VATSIM, because the thing is, you know, you do all your planning and everything, and then people go offline, which is so frustrating. So it's just easier just to, you know, fly, and or try to organise some ATC. Yeah, Darren, we're going to India in 2019. So this time next year we'll be doing India. We're going on a cruise from Dubai. So we fly to Dubai, pick up the ship, and then cruise around India. Yeah, crossing the pond is a challenge. I've done it. Don't say I have done it. Uh, I just don't like flying across water. I mean, there's nothing to see. One of the best flights we ever did was me and some buddies, and we flew from Birmingham Airport to Hong Kong. That was long. Was it Hong Kong? I know it's a 13-hour flight. That was a long day. And in between, me and my wife went out shopping, and I think we had lunch somewhere. Obviously, I wasn't online the whole time and disconnected whilst we went out, but that was a long day. We all took 777s. I think it was 777s. Yeah, that was a long flight. And Dubai, I mean, Birmingham to Dubai is a long flight. Good fun, great fun. Right, let's check where we're at. So I need to be turning this away and trying to find those pesky TV transmitter masts so I can fly in between them. Oh, excuse me. You could always, the thing to do is, if you find people on ATC, you just say, look, I'm going to be departing soon, and try and organise ATC for the other end as well. So the airport's ahead somewhere. It's down on the coast there, I think. It's off to the right. It's off to the right here somewhere. It's around about there. It's okay. Oh, there's one of the masts. I just seen one of the masts there. So hopefully that is St. Hilary. And Wembo will be along here somewhere. That's cool. So we'll head this way. Map again. Perfecto. Yeah, there's certainly one of the masts there. I'm not quite sure which one it is. Yeah, that's St. Hilary there, and then to the left is Wembo. So I was spot on. My dead reckoning was not that bad. I only used the map a couple of times. So the airport is like on my 12 o'clock, which is good. Now, 9 hours to Hawaii. Oof. Yeah, I'm not quite sure how long this flight is on next week Wednesday to Vietnam, but we're on the 787 Dreamliner, which is cool. We've been on the Dreamliner before. We flew to Jamaica on the Dreamliner. Beautiful, beautiful aircraft. So quiet. Seats really nice and wide. Yeah, 9 hours. That would be hard. You spend an awful lot of time walking up and down that cabin, don't you? Stretching your legs and what have you. Oh, excuse me. When we went to China, we flew into Beijing. So we flew Heathrow to Frankfurt, and then Frankfurt to Beijing. It was a night flight, thankfully, and I fell asleep. I'm pretty good at falling asleep on planes. But going to Vietnam, we depart Heathrow at 11 o'clock in the morning, so it's like a daytime flight. But then, of course, I think we arrived not long after we've departed because of the international dateline. I think. I'm not too sure about that. So here we are. We're coming towards the airport. It's more or less at my 12 o'clock from here, and we've got Wembo TV mast just to the left at about 11 o'clock, my 11 o'clock position at the moment, 10 o'clock position. So once I get past the TV mast, I'll be heading straight for the airport. In fact, I can see the BA hangar now, literally on the coast. I know, because I know what I'm looking for. So I can see the BA hangar, which is huge. The way they do upgrades, I asked about this the last time we flew. Where did we go? That was this year sometime. I can't remember where we went. But anyway, I asked about upgrades, and they were telling they used to be able to just make a decision. You know, the not the cabin crew, the checking people. They just used to make a decision and say, oh well, I'll upgrade you, and that was it. But now you have to be on a list. And I said, well, what's the list? And she said, well, you've got to be a frequent flyer, and you've got to have so many miles, blah blah blah, and something else as well. I can't remember. And then, you know, we can ask. Oh, that's it. Oh, you just don't make the decision. She said, oh no, we have to ask. Whereas in the past they could just do it. So, which is a bit of a shame. So, like your mate, you know, he may well have just been lucky, but and generally you don't get upgraded on charter flights because all the charter flights are full. Right, now I'm hoping to get this flight over and done with. Frank. What? No, you know. Frank has just woken up. He's dreaming. I think he woke up out of a dream. You alright? Let me just check out the window, make sure nobody's at the door. He's heard my mate's car. My neighbour. He's heard his car. Go back to sleep. Yeah, so as I was saying, I'm hoping to get this flight done by 1 o'clock because my wife is due home at 1, and shush, go back to sleep. There we go. So here's the airport. Marvellous. There's a helicopter up there. Somebody said to me, have you got a helicopter up there and aircraft flying around? Well, when I built the scenery, when I did my own Cardiff Airport, there's a thing you can get for scenery developers. I can't remember what it's called. It's something like aircraft inside or something, and you can put aircraft in your scenery flying a circle around the airport or whatever, and so they're always there, which is pretty cool, especially, you know, if you fly offline. So here we are, downwind. It's runway 30. The viaduct there, the very famous viaduct. There's an airliner there flying around that I put in. A very famous viaduct, which has a railway line, but in Orbex you can see it's just floating a little bit. It's not in the right position, so hopefully they'll fix that when they do an update. But what they have done is they fixed all of this coastline, because there used to be a real problem with the coast here. Yeah. Take me out. No, we've been out, Darren. We went out earlier this morning. I'm going to take him out shortly, but we took him out earlier this morning. So we're just coming over Barry town. So I'll do a quick right hand turn here. Let's get the cockpit back on. This is going to be a Kai-Tak approach. Oh no, it's not too bad. You see now, all this here, this wooded area in front of me, this is all perfect. Now, previously, it didn't matter what scenery you had in, this was all wrong. But Orbex have absolutely surpassed themselves with this. It looks absolutely superb. It really does look amazing. They've done a fantastic job. Okay, so I'm aiming for the numbers. Nice long runway, so I have nothing to worry about here. It may look as though I'm going a little bit fast, but it's 85 knots, which is good for landing. Displays thresholds, I have nothing to worry about. Hopefully we can get this down as smoothly as we did at Swansea. Look to the end of the runway. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Apply a little bit of brake. And don't forget you can get my Cardiff Airport off Xplane.org. And we'll just turn off here. Whoops. A little bit too sharp, but not to worry. We'll be very gentle on the pedals here. And I'll just pull up here. Whoops. You can see that sign there. GA parking. That's pretty clever, huh? Well, there you go. A nice little flight around. Lovely flight. Down south, down the coast of South Wales to Swansea and back again. And we'll go to GA parking. I'll go over here on the left actually. I could go on the right, but you know, we'll just go over here on the left and park it. Yep. Yeah, we'll speak soon, Darren. I'm gonna just pull up here behind these this fuel farm over there. Ooh, whoops, brakes on. Engine off. There you go. I should have run out of fuel because my fuel pump wasn't on. Never mind. There we are. Back at Cardiff. Marvellous. Let's have a look, see. Very nice indeed. That was a lovely flight. Enjoyed that immensely. Okay, everybody. Been nice flying. See you soon. See you, Robert. See you, Darren. Anybody else who's still here. Have a good day, and we'll see you soon. Cheerio.